Oké. Voilà, hallo. Goedemiddag allemaal. Welkom op een nieuwe stream op zondagnamiddag dus. Vandaag ga ik dus reageren op het wereldkampioenschap rally van 1995. Dus ja, we gaan er zo meteen aan beginnen. Hello everyone, welcome to a new stream on Sunday. Today I will react on the World Rally Championship of 1995. So yeah, let's do it. First this, or else it's difficult to see for you all guys, huh? And then we go like this. Right then.
The sport's classics, the Monte Carlo. For over 60
Voila.
years, it's thrown the worst of the January weather, the Alps Maritimes, and a grueling schedule at the cruise.
Yeah.
This year's event would prove even tougher. With new restrictions on servicing and reduced tyre supplies as a result, it added to the challenge as the crews prepared for the start of a new season.
Yeah, not good rules, huh? Aïe aïe.
Mieux que d'habitude.
Hey Bruno.
Yeah, in the US car, yeah. It was actually on top of... I don't know, it's difficult to say because with the new regulation, I think many drivers can win this year because we don't know the choice of tire and we don't know the condition of the weather, and it's very difficult to give you a prognostic, and I have no idea at the moment.
I think my chances are not bad, but I mean, we have to see first how the new regulations are fitting to us and to our car, if we do the right tire choice or not, and it makes it very difficult. It's more a game now, and I mean, in a game, you know, you need a lot of luck, and I don't know how that will end.
The Monte's a bit of a lottery really because of, well, in the past, the changing weather conditions and not having the right tyres in the car, and this year it's even worse. We have to drive a lot of stages. I think probably today we'll be lucky if we have a correct tyre choice. We've always just to make a compromise all the time, so really you just have to be very careful in this rally. It's easy to make a mistake and go off the road. If you're willing to take the chance, you can be very quick here, but it's a big chance to take.
We don't know what happened with now with power, with the tire. It's very difficult to choose a tire before the stage, and yesterday we spoke about what tire we take, and some stage we don't know because we need to do two stage, and if the weather change, we can lose a lot.
Les différences spéciales du jour.
Yeah, nice
Start
Subaru
of the
again,
Monte
huh?
Carlo Rally, 1995, and Colin McRae took first blood. Fastest on the opening stage at Saint-Pierreville. The Scot hit the event. But that didn't prevent the Spaniard from hitting trouble too in the changeable conditions.
Yeah, it's very slippery, huh? Heel glad. Oh, yeah. Whew. Lucky because he's not out. Hij heeft meer geluk. Hij is er niet volledig uit, hè?
Rapid recovery, but Sainz, as with all the other crews, was having trouble selecting the right tyres, was coming under pressure from Delacour's Ford on the second leg. The Italian Piero Liatti on his debut with the Subaru team had a lucky escape. He spun at the same place as McRae, but was able to continue, just outside the top 10.
And
as
some little
Carlos
damage.
started the final leg of the rally as the leader.
Een beetje schade ook.
So, mixed fortunes for the Subaru team, but Sainz out in front for the third and final day. The reigning world champions Toyota fielded a full team of three of the new Celica GT4s for the first time. But like his teammates, Didier Auriol was struggling with handling problems.
Ja, het is voor iedereen glad, hè? Slippery for everyone.
Despite the support from his home crowd, the reigning champion was only fifth fastest, despite pushing the Celica to the very limit.
No. Of course.
Johan Hankinen was struggling too, feeling that his Toyota was down on power as well. The Finn with co-driver Welshman Nicky Grist on board was still running well.
Nicky Grist, ja.
He set
Met
three
Kankunen at
fastest
the time.
stage times, was holding on to fourth place.
Nicky Grist, ja, met Johan Kankunen toch natuurlijk, hè. Later wordt het iemand anders. Later in the future will be with somebody else. No.
The third Toyota, driven by German Armin Schwarz, was just outside the top 5 too. very next stage, something was obviously wrong with the Toyota's rear suspension.
Oh ja, ik zie het. Ja, ai, dat is...
A rock had broken the wishbone, giving the German unwanted four-wheel steering. But he survived to start the final leg in 8th place, with his teammate Juha Kankkunen 4th and Didier Auriol 5th. The crowd were willing to do anything for a better view of the hero Delacour, who was spearheading the Ford attack.
No.
It must have been a wild ride for Catherine Francoise on her debut as his co-driver, as Delacour reeled in Sainz's early advantage.
Ja, goed bezig. Good job.
Mind you, the Frenchman wasn't too happy with the new format of the event, being forced to turn into mechanics because of the new service restrictions.
Ja, het is stupid hè. Nou, die regels zijn niet populair hè.
40 km stage and after to do 30 minutes mechanics. I change the brake, the front brake. I remove also the studs on the tire. Then normally you have 30 minutes to be relaxed and to have some rest, and you have to do some mechanics. Then this is really stupid.
Ja, he's right. It is stupid.
Notwithstanding his aversion to spanner work,
Dat is ook stom, ja.
Delacour now was in a real position to challenge for the lead.
Sure.
Ably supported by the Belgian Bruno Thierry in the second escort. The RAS Motorsport prepared car was performing perfectly. Despite some problems with tyre choices in the rapidly changing conditions, Thierry would start the third and final leg in a strong 6th place.
Oh, daar is hem ook vanaf. Zo. Oh, I'm back. Ik ben terug even. Oké. Dan volgen we mee. Oeh, easy now. Not so much snow here. Niet zoveel sneeuw hier. Dat heb je soms hè, met Monaco.
Strong French-speaking support for the Belgian Bruno Thierry. 2nd and 6th for Ford, but Mitsubishi could well spoil the Ford Subaru battle.
Thierry,
They start the 1995 championship headed by Tommy Mäkinen, using last year's Evo 2 model with a new car on the way for later in the season.
Yes.
The Finn's making his debut with the Mitsubishi team and was right on the limit from the very word go.
Ja, maybe too much, I'm afraid. Misschien te veel in de limit. Ai, over de limiet. Ja.
A swift handbrake turn to regain the right direction.
Yep.
Mäkinen at least found a soft snowbank, which allowed the Lancer to continue in a fine 3rd place.
Ja, goed. Ja, dat is goed, ja. Gelukkig maar.
But for a demonstration of just how hard the Finn is pushing the Mitsubishi, just watch out for the red-hot brake discs.
Ja. Yeah, he's going for it. Hij gaat ervoor, ga maar.
Mäkinen's teammate for the Monte Carlo was the experienced Italian Andrea Aghini. Ex-Lancia, ex-Toyota, he's the ideal tarmac expert to match Mäkinen's blue surface ability. And he's pretty spectacular on the snow too.
Ik denk het ook. Oh ja. Pretty spectacular, ja. Good. The snow, not anymore, it's gone. Good.
It's a fine all-round performance which culminates in a 7th place start for the final leg with Mäkinen 3rd. And equally spectacular were the Formula 2 Renault Clio Maxis of Jean Ragnotti and Philippe Bugalski.
Yep.
2-litre front-wheel drive cars were 9th and 10th after frequently humbling some of the turbocharged 4-wheel drive opposition. So with 2 of the legs completed and 1 still to go, it's Carlos Sainz with a slender 12-second lead over Francois Delacour, with Mäkinen and the Mitsubishi 3rd ahead of the Toyotas.
It's not much.
It's all to play for on the final night. Sainz against Delacour.
Yeah. Exciting. Spannend, good. Fijn.
The classic Hellfire Loop, the Col de Torini, nearly 1,000 metres above sea level, taking it from the Mediterranean to the snow and ice.
Yep.
The final countdown for Sainz.
It's a long story, and everything started with a black cat crossing the road, like 1 kilometer before they switch off the car. All of a sudden, the lights went off in the car, and the car stopped. The main switch came off. Carlos tried to put it back again, after 5 or 10 seconds when we realized what was going on. And then he tried to put it again, we start, but it was coming off again. So then I have to lose my seatbelt a bit and push there, and it was bent during 15 kilometers in the States, trying to read the pace notes. It was not so easy. Carlos was all the time asking me, is it okay, Luis, is it okay? And I said, Carlos, the faster you get to the end, the better it will be for me, so please hurry.
Denk het ook.
Problems for Sainz. Now can Delacour take advantage? The Frenchman tries, but he too has problems.
I think the left choke absorber is wrong, and the choke absorber was broken. It was a new one, but I don't know, there was maybe a mistake inside the choke absorber. And after 100 meters on the stage, I realized that for me to win the rally was completely finished.
The fans continue their celebrations, warming and cooling simultaneously, as this older Holder ride in 10th place heads for the Ladies' Cup honours.
Een dame.
Swiss driver Philippe Camandona in his Group N Escort takes the production category.
Ja, Switzerland. Ja.
Ahead of him in 8th position is Pierre Eliatti on his debut with the Subaru team.
Ja, goed.
The lone Renault of Jon Ranotti takes a popular Formula 2 victory.
Okay.
7th overall.
Good.
Ahead of Andrea Aghini in the Mitsubishi, he's 6th. Bruno Thierry, 5th overall in his Ford Escort Cosworth, was ahead of the disappointed Tommy Mäkinen, down to 4th place from 3rd on the final stage.
Ja, that's too bad. Dat is spijtig, ja.
Transmission problems were to blame.
Ja.
They tried to fix up transmission because the 2 last days I was driving without front wheel, only rear wheel drive, and it seems that they can't do anything. It's something else, something wrong in gearbox, and we can't change it.
Mäkinen wasn't the only driver in trouble. The German Armin Schwarz too was set for retirement in his Toyota.
Shit. Spijtig, that's too bad. Ai.
Power failure puts him out of the event. Didier Auriol too was set not to make it to Monte Carlo. As he slid off the road, it left it open for Juha Kankkunen to make it to 3rd place, although not without heavy rear-end damage.
Ja, my. Little bit, huh? That's some damage, huh?
Treacherous conditions decimated the Toyotas, and Kankkunen fought, without the outside assistance of his mechanics, to stay in the event. The battle was still going on head-to-head between Delacour and Sainz.
Ja, dat is... Even zweten.
Delacour gave it everything he knew, but he couldn't quite make it to the 1st position. The man who was Carlos Sainz, the Spaniard scoring a historic Monte Carlo victory.
Okay, good Carlos, good. I like that. Good. Dat is goed. Carlos, dat is een goeie. Carlos is een goeie. Is good.
Okay. The car was good, the tires were good, I have no problems, and everything was perfect.
So Carlos Sainz scores that critical victory in the opening round of the 1995 World Championship, with Delacour in the Ford and Kankkunen in the Toyota, Mäkinen in the Mitsubishi, 4 marks in the top 4 places. And Ford's 2nd and 5th place ensures that they lead the manufacturer's title, although the champagne is being sprayed by Carlos Sainz.
Yep. Good Carlos, good. Good start of the season. Good begin van het seizoen Carlos, goed zo. Oké, number 2. Nummer 2. Maar gezien... Eens kijken wat het geeft, hè. Okay, that's why. We have to wait a little bit longer. Normally it goes to the next one in a couple of seconds. And go. Voilà. Oh. Ja. Wacht dan. Dat is ellendig, ja. Ik weet het jongens, ik heb een adblocker, maar het interesseert me niet, want... Die reclame word ik
Round 2
gelijk
of the
gek
World
van.
Rally Championship, the
Voilà.
teams head north. A long way north.
Ja.
The sub-zero temperatures of the Småland province of Sweden. Karlstad, the frozen lakes and the frozen forests.
Wow. That's
Normal
interesting.
traditional Swedish pastimes are now being put forward in favour of rallying. And Kenneth Eriksson is the local hero. But Colin McRae is the man that they're all watching for his spectacular style.
Ja, dat zal wel, ja, dat is
Can
true.
Colin McRae make the spectacle stick with a result? McRae's pedigree is good. He was third in 1993 and second to Matt Jonsson in 1990. We've had the Frenchman, we've had the Finn, we've had the Swede, now it's the German in the Toyota. Armin Schwartz off the line. But this is Armin's first experience of the Swedish rally. He's not nominated to score championship points, which is just as well. He's struggling to get into the top 10. So the point scorers for Toyota, after the second leg of the event, Thomas Rudstrom leads the way in third ahead of Oriol 5th and Juha Kankinen 6th.
Okay.
But Kenneth Eriksson in the Mitsubishi is definitely the home hero.
Ja, of course. Tuurlijk.
He storms through the opening 2 days of the event and extends a steady lead over his teammate Tommy Mäkinen. Outright fastest on 8 of the opening 18 special stages, Eriksson is definitely at home in his home country.
Of course he is. What do you think? Zeker dat. Hier voelt hij zich zeker thuis, hè, met Kenneth Eriksson. Onze Zweed in Zweden. Hoe ligt er wel? Oh. Good lights.
But equally at home and equally spectacular is the second Mitsubishi. The flying Finn Tommy Mäkinen has attracted support from across the border. He's even been featured on their national lottery.
Already done.
And a storming performance by the Finn brings him to within just 1 second of Eriksson's lead. Heading into
Thumbs
the
up,
night
yeah.
towards the final overnight halt, the question is, will team orders rear their ugly head?
You're 1 second behind your teammate Kenneth. Will team orders apply tomorrow?
I don't have any idea.
That's up to the manager.
We'll see tomorrow.
Oh, I don't know. I will try to stay ahead of Tommy if it's possible, and I think I have a good chance.
Do you think team orders will be put into play?
I don't know.
Well, I don't think we're in a position to give team orders. I mean, I know they've come in here tonight a second apart, and it's, you know, there's going to be a big fight. That's natural, but we'll see how things go in the morning. We'll see what the conditions are like.
The decision made by the Mitsubishi team management was that Kenneth Eriksson would be allowed to hold on to his overnight lead.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in the Ford camp, Francois Delacour and Bruno Thierry were both on their first
team
ever
orders,
Swedish.
it's not the best decision to do, but sometimes you have to, hè. Soms team orders, dat is niet leuk, maar soms moet het ook, hè. Tja, niks aan te doen.
Events. The Ford team had also drafted in Stig Blomqvist for his 26th Swedish rally to add some experience to the side.
Ja, mooi.
For Delacour, it was a very steep learning curve.
Experience enough.
And a brief lesson too. Mingled with the powder snow, there is oil smoke in the slipstream of the Escort Cosworth.
Aye, aye.
Delacour heading for retirement after just 12 stages with a blown engine.
Ja, that's too bad. Aye, aye.
Meanwhile, Bruno Thierry was enjoying his debut on the snow and studded tyres.
Oh yeah, it's having fun. Whoa, don't be too much. Oh boy, yeah, you made it. We hebben het toch gehaald. Goed. Heel veel fun heeft hij.
Yes, 2 stations we went 2 times off the roads. Now I think we must get a bit calmer.
Yes. Easy go, easy man. Easy.
A bit
Rustig aan.
calmer for Bruno Thierry looks like this. Contrast that with the smooth style of Stig Blomqvist. the ice rallying veteran. World champion in 1984 at the wheel of an Audi Quattro, he started his career here in Sweden in Saab 96 two-strokes.
Maar jong, ja, dat is history, ja jong. Oh, dat is geschiedenis jong, de Stig.
So, the Ford results with Stig Blomqvist heading the positions after the second leg in 8th place, 1 ahead of Bruno Thierry. And the overall results show Ericsson and Mäkinen 1 second apart at the head of the leaderboard, ahead of Thomas Radstrom's Toyota, but neither Colin McRae nor Mats Jonsson will restart in their Subarus. But problems of a different nature for Kenneth Ericsson as the day dawns.
No.
He's first car on the road, the rally leader, and team orders say he should stay there. But he's acting as a snowplow in a near blizzard, clearing the way, and with no tyre marks to follow on the special stages.
Yeah.
It's near a pure whiteout.
That's difficult, huh? Look at that. Dat is moeilijk, hè? Kijk eens. Je ziet niks daar. You don't see nothing. Not easy. Oh, niet gemakkelijk. Dat is echt, ja. Ik zit hij daar. He's losing time, hè?
It's stunning to look at from outside the car, but it's very tough indeed for the Swede on his home event.
Ja. Of course it is. Oh. Ja. Niet gemakkelijk natuurlijk.
As he clears the tyre tracks, life's a little easier for Tommi Mäkinen. He has something to follow, and he takes full advantage. The Finn takes nearly 30 seconds off his teammate, but with team orders still standing, the result is now wide open. Meanwhile, Per Svan moves up after crashing into the trees on the opening day of the event to lead the Formula 2 category, back into Karlstad.
Okay.
Kenneth Backlund is heading for victory in the Group N category, again for the Mitsubishi mark. A good event for them. Armin Schwartz still pushing hard, still learning fast in his Toyota, but the local driver Thomas Jansson's 1 place ahead, heading to the finish in 8th.
Okay. Easy now. Whoa.
In 7th place overall, the veteran Stig Blomqvist, proving there is no match for experience in a Swedish blizzard.
Yeah. Still doing very good. The veteran. Nog steeds heel goed.
Penalty-free run has moved Bruno Thierry 1 place further ahead. He's heading home in 6th on his debut Swedish rally.
Ja, good job, Bruno. Goed gedaan, Bruno. Goed gedaan.
Didier Auriol's heading home 5th, but he's disappointed with that result. Still feels that the Toyota is down on power compared with its opposition.
Tja, yeah, it's too bad, but yeah.
That's an opinion that's been shared by Juha Kankkunen, the flying Finn with Nicky Grist on the maps.
Okay. Left. Opens.
An inspired drive by Kankkunen moves him ahead of Auriol in the final stages. He's heading home in 4th. But Thomas Radstrom, the local Swedish driver, has headed both Toyota's world champions. A fine 3rd place beckons. But ahead of them both, it's a Mitsubishi 1-2. Tommi Mäkinen first on the road, now with nearly a 30-second advantage over his Swedish teammate.
Okay, good job.
But on the final stage, Mäkinen pulls to the side.
Oh yeah.
The team orders that stood overnight are still in force.
Yeah.
He has to wait, to the jeers of the crowd. The Swedish sense of fair play is outraged, even surpassing the thought of having a Swedish rally winner.
Tja, what is
Tommi
er anders aan?
Mäkinen takes the time penalty, heads to the finish in 2nd position. The moral winner perhaps, but the man who'll head the leaderboard back in Karlstad is Kenneth Ericsson.
Ja.
It was unfortunate in the end there, we had to slow them down on the last day, but they had 2 days of hard competition, and they came in last night a second apart, and we decided that that was enough, and we would now, hold the position and get to the finish. There was too much risk for them to be driving flat out today against each other.
No, we have a fantastic car, fantastic suspension, a good team, and tires has been working very well, and I think it's a packet of everything.
Oh, gaat ze dit doen? Ah, oké, ja. Portugal. Ah, ja, voilà. Kom maar. Ach, jongens. Ah, die reclame altijd, dat is verschrikkelijk, ja. De commercial, the ads are terrible, hè. Oh, voilà, zo. Hopla.
The third round of the World Championship, the Rally of Portugal.
Yeah,
certainly
good.
one of the most characterful rallies in the World Championship
I like
circuit.
those rallies. Ik vind de rallies wel goed, ja. De Portugal rally bedoel ik.
Spring on the Atlantic coast of Portugal. Moving inland to the mountains, the stages are fast, dusty, and Carlos Sainz is a master of them. The red and yellow flags of Spain line the stages. The klaxons blare as Carlos sets the pace for the Subaru team. Spaniards snatch the lead at the end of the first night, but as the second leg comes to its close, Sainz is battling hard to hold off the challenge of the Finn Juha Kankkunen in his Toyota. But the distinctive crackle and bark of the flat four Subaru engine is a hit with the Portuguese fans.
Yeah, of course, hey. That sound is, brilliant. Ja, het geluid van die Subaru is fantastisch, hè? Dat heb ik toen wel gezegd, hè, vorige week. Like I said last week, one of the best sounding Subarus.
Here he's known as King Carlos, but the challenge to his throne is going to come from Kankkunen as the day progresses.
Yeah, and the Legacy too. Subaru Legacy also has a good sound. The Legacy Subaru heeft ook mooi geluid, maar dit is wel net iets beter. Slightly better sound.
I've been trying very hard the whole day, but risking a lot. Maybe I take 1 or 2 seconds in one stage, but in the next one you take 5-6 seconds. So it's, I think at the moment it's no chance for us.
Colin McRae was equally spectacular in his Subaru Impreza. But after the problems in Sweden, the Subaru team have been forced to detune their engines. The lack of power is something that Colin McRae was very aware of.
Yeah, too bad. Ja, dat is niet zo goed, hè?
The third Subaru Impreza 555, driven by Berkshire's Richard Burns, a former British rally champion.
Okay.
Here in the supporting role, Burns is learning fast.
Yeah, good. Good job, man.
He's
Good
also
job, Burns.
scoring vitally needed manufacturers' championship points for the Subaru team to keep them in contention with Ford and Mitsubishi. Sainz, though, is second, McRae third, and Burns eighth. But the man setting the pace and taking the battle to the Subarus is the head of the Toyota Challenge. Flying Finn Juha Kankkunen, spectacular, smooth, and precise as ever.
Watch out,
A lot of
everyone.
that precision goes down to one man, Nicky Grist on the pace notes.
30 fast right narrow and flat left.
Yep.
50. Crest to easy right.
Nicky,
Left over 40 over
the
crest
future
to fast
co-driver
right.
of Colin
30
McRae.
long fast left. Bad
Toekomstige co-rijder van Colin McRae.
long fast right. 40 long K right over crest.
last, it seems to be coming good for Toyota. The Celica is on the pace, it's got the power, and it's got the handling they've been seeking for over a year.
Yeah.
5 seconds behind this morning and now 22 in front, so good day.
The Toyotas look very powerful today. Where's the extra power from?
I don't know, it's from here maybe.
Yes, muscle. Nice.
Didier Auriol too, having a good event in the Toyota Celica. Battling with McRae for third, he was having a good event, but some things just spoil your day.
Hey, what on? What happened? Boop, I don't know. Oh, no, no, it's that. Oh, yeah, it's a wall. Hij is op zijn dak. Ai, ai.
Amazingly, the battered and bruised Toyota continued, losing just one place, down to fourth.
No, wow. Only one place losing, that's great.
We
That's
have
good.
one junction after 3-4
Eén plaats
kilometers.
verloren.
Right junction and okay.
Snel gebeurd, hè?
I arrive and the car took on two wheel, but not slice the back and just block, you know. And
Yeah, too bad, but yeah, could be worse.
Meanwhile, the third Toyota was doing well too, in the hands of the German Armin Schwarz.
Whoop.
He was now just one place behind Auriol, fifth overall.
Whoa, was so
Flying
close, huh?
over
That
the
was
famous
it.
jump at Pfaff. First, fourth and fifth, the Toyotas were back on the pace.
Okay. Good, go Toyota.
So at the end of the second leg, Kankkunen leads ahead of Auriol and Schwarz in the Toyota lineup. The question was, could they make it stick?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Francois Delacour in the Ford was another driver, pushing hard, perhaps a little too hard.
Ai ai. I don't like the sound of that. Dat doe ik niet graag, te hard pushen. Oh ja, ik denk dat... Op zijn dak, ja. Oh, I knew it. Knew it something like that. Shit. Ah.
Swiftly into service, the front end damage being seen to by the Ford mechanics.
Oh. Yeah, some damage, yeah man.
It was in a very, very slow corner. In the first gear, I cut too much a corner. There was big rocks, and then after I rolled, and I was calling somebody to help me to put the car again on the wheel, and I lose about 1 minute 30, 1 minute 40. But the car is still okay. There is not a big problem. Only the body shell is bad.
Yeah, a little
That's
bit,
what
but
Francois
okay.
thought. The poor battered Ford Escort had other ideas.
Aye aye. Yeah,
Delacour
spijtig,
was
too
heading
bad.
for retirement on the very next stage with engine failure.
Yeah, too bad.
That left Bruno Thierry and Alessandro Fiorio upholding the Ford honours.
No.
Thierry was doing that admirably, 6th place. The Escort's still suffering from some handling problems, pronounced understeer when Thierry backs off the throttle. But despite that, 6th overall is a very good result. Meanwhile, Alessandro Fiorio too is having a good event. Up into the top 10 in the RAS Motorsport car, 9th overall at the end of the second leg. And that 30th birthday present for Alex Fiorio, 3 places behind Thierry, strengthens Ford's position.
Hey,
Meanwhile, Marcus
Marcus.
Grunholm's running well in the Toyota Celica. His privately entered cars up to 7th place amongst the works runners.
Very good, nice.
And local hero Rui Madeira is
Yep.
leading Group N on his
Madeira.
home event.
Okay,
So
also
the
good.
classification
Good.
as
they start the third and final day shows Juha Kankkunen starting that day 22 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz in the Subaru, with Colin McRae third, Didier Auriol and Armin Schwarz making it an all-Toyota, all-Subaru, head-to-head at the top of the field.
Yeah, good. Exciting. Spannend.
Hankinen blasts off the line. This is going to be the critical day's action.
Yeah. This is it. This is the day. Last day. Come on.
The pressure's on for Carlos Sainz. He knows he's got the Toyota to beat.
Yeah.
Sainz is quick, Sainz is spectacular, but is it enough to beat the flying Finn in the flying Toyota?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. It's going to be very close. Wordt heel net, denk ik.
Hankinen is driving at his inspired best, but so is Sainz.
Ja, tuurlijk. Of course he is.
Second by second, kilometre by kilometre, the Spaniard is reeling in the Finn. The fans sense it.
Conditions of the road seems that it fits better for the Subaru than for the Toyota, so we have to attack and see we have the ends.
Carlos seems to be on a charge. Is there anything that you can do to hold him back?
I try my best and then we will see.
Ja, dat is het beste je kunt doen. Het beste wat je kan doen. Je moet je best doen.
Hankinen's best is inspired. And as rain starts to soak the stages, Hankinen is getting quicker all the time.
Okay.
The question is it quick enough?
Yeah, that's the question, yeah. I don't know. We will see at the end,
Sainz now throws caution to the winds. The fans are crowding to the Portuguese stages. They know this one is a classic.
Para izquierda casi cierra, Sasar mucho, para derecha que cortarás, para izquierda calenta de tierra antes, Sasar, para derecha que corta se abre, para derecha casi kilómetro of the stage. We have no brakes for the stage.
Problems for Sainz on the final stage, but the time is good enough.
9:07, le hemos ganado de dos.
You got it. Oh, 7 minutes.
The champagne is sprayed. Sainz takes victory number 2.
Oh my.
A branch or something. And the branch broke the pipe, and then it was no chance. I thought we were going to lose. We were 3 or 4 times over the road.
Happy man, huh?
It was
Gelukkige
very,
mensen
very
daar.
close. Any of us could win. He was doing a fantastic race, and I mean, in this type of race, it's very, very close. That's really the matter who is winning, because I think he did an incredible race.
If you can find something good, at least the best thing is that we are competitive again, and we can win rallies maybe this year, if not then next year.
Yeah, good, positive, nice.
Colin
Good
McRae,
leven.
overshadowed by the classic action ahead of him, was still heading for a fine 3rd place in the second of the Subaru.
Inderdaad, dat ziet er goed uit, hè? That looks good, his
Meanwhile, Armin
chances
Schwartz was holding on, 4th place in his Toyota.
for the championship.
Tremendous support for Juha Hankinen's 2nd position.
Ja. Oriol.
And 5th place went to Didier Auriol in the battered Celica. They obviously build them tough at Toyota Team Europe's Cologne headquarters.
Yes, not anymore, huh? Back then.
Thumbs up for Bruno Thierry, but problems for him on the very final leg.
Ah, that's too bad. What's going on? Wat gaat er gebeuren? Oh, dat dus. Ah. Okay, it's not a disaster, but no.
Thierry continues, but the escort obviously suffering from major handling problems.
Ai. Ja, too bad. Spijtig. Altijd spijtig op het einde, hè. It's always too bad, especially at the end.
Marcus Grunholm in his privateer Grifoni Motorsport Toyota looked as if he was heading for 7th, but sadly this was the result.
Oh, too bad. Dat is spijtig, ja.
That allowed Richard Burns to move up a place in his Subaru.
Yep.
Learning all the time, this young driver is certainly a name for the future. And Alessandro Fiorio too was scoring a good, steady result for the Ford team, despite attacking a little bit of Portuguese scenery.
Ja, ik zie het, ja. Amai. Dus het gaat aan de auto wel, hè.
Rui Madeira, though, was the home hero, heading for victory in Group N, ahead of Giorgio Ricaldi of Argentina and Isolde Holderide of Germany. Mitsubishi's 1-2-3, and as their nominated championship point scorers on this event, that was a maximum for the Mitsubishi team.
Okay.
But it was victory for
12
Subaru
seconds.
and Carlos Sainz, with Juha Kankkunen a gracious second. Colin McRae third, ahead of the Toyotas of Schwartz and Oriol. Wide open at the top in the World Championship, as the teams now head to Corsica.
Okay, Corsica.
In
Also
the
a nice
Drivers'
rally,
Championship,
huh?
Carlos Sainz now moves to the head of the pack, with
Ja,
Juha
Corsica ook wel
Kankkunen
een
second
goeie
and Tommy
analyse.
Mäkinen down to third. Kenneth
Ja,
Eriksson
het is-
fourth,
ziet er goed uit.
alongside Bruno
Goh.
Thierry.
Colin is nog
In the
nergens te zien, hè?
manufacturer's title race, Mitsubishi now move ahead with 131 points to Toyota's 121, Subaru third and Ford fourth.
Ja.
But a popular victory, and victory number 2 in 1995 for the Spaniard Carlos Sainz.
Yes, good. Alright, so next one, let's see now. Corsica. Ach, jongen.
We zijn
Yeah, sorry everyone, but those ads again are terrible.
For the fourth round of the
Die
World
reclames
Rally
zijn vreselijk,
Championship,
ja.
we move to the
Vreselijk.
island of
Help.
Corsica. The first of the all-tarmac events of this year's World Rally Championship. Closed public roads around the Mediterranean island with a culture all of its own.
Colin, how does Corsica differ from the tarmac rallies in the British Isles?
It's just generally a lot more difficult. It's very, very twisty and long corners. The line's very important, whereas at home they're a lot shorter corners and a lot easier. You can see through most of the corners. Here you can't see the end of the corner, which makes it very difficult.
Nee, niet deze. Maar jongens.
Very difficult indeed
Sorry,
for the
everyone.
Subaru team,
Sorry,
who was still
was niet de
struggling
bedoeling.
with their power output in comparison with the opposition. McRae was unhappy with that. Despite driving as hard as he knew how, he couldn't better 7th place on the opening legs. Absolutely crucial on the Corsica, and no one better to demonstrate it than Carlos Sainz.
Yep.
Inch perfect, right on the very limit.
Izquierda que corta en cuarta, izquierda poco, abrirse, 2. Izquierda que en cuarta, izquierda poco, cesar mucho. Para derecha pone más ojo, ras. Para izquierda rápida menos, para derecha que en cuarta, izquierda poco y mucho ras.
Yeah, he's going
But
for
even
it, huh?
Sainz and Moyer couldn't better 4th place on the opening stages of the event. The Italian Piero Liatti was making his second start for the Subaru team.
Okay, good.
And on the tarmac, he proved capable of matching both Sainz and McRae's times. An impressive 5th place.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom. Sorry, moet even dringend plassen, dus ja, kan niet wachten. Sorry, ik ben zo terug, ja. Oeh. Amai. Want anders wordt het niet zo goed. Voilà, het viel nog mee. Het viel nog mee. Het ging nog vrij snel. I'm pretty fast. I was back pretty fast. That's good. Voilà, let's continue. Sorry. Nice image.
Fourth for Sainz, fifth for Liatti, and seventh for McRae meant that Subaru would have some work to do on the final day. And drama in the Toyota camp too, Denis Giroudet having to stand in for co-driver Bernard Uccelli on Didier Auriol's car.
Of course, it's not easy. Denis Giroudet, it's a good professional, but for him, it's the first time he come with me, and he has absolutely no practice the stage. So we must wait and see what happens. But we see, we try.
And Toyota looks strong on this, their home event for Didier Auriol. With his new co-driver alongside him, the two adapt and fit together well.
Alright, that's good. They will be working together
hard on his borrowed pace note from Bernard Uccelli.
in the future.
But they're good enough to get the pairing up to third overall as they enter the final day's motorsport.
Nou, die twee met Giroudet en Auriol die gaan nog heel vaak samenwerken in de toekomst. En dat is voor de toekomst, hè.
And there's no room for a single mistake as speeds reach over 120 miles an hour.
That's a lot, hè. Oh, dat is veel, hè. 120 per uur op sommige plekken.
However, things weren't going so well for his teammate Juha Kankkunen. Never a specialist on the tarmac, Kankkunen was further suffering from a steering problem. At intermittent moments, the steering was going rigid on the Finnish driver. Not what you want on the Corsican island.
No, especially not. Oh, helemaal niet.
And keep right over 40 to long K left over crest. 50 long bad right tight to 90 right over bridge. And very long bad left. 30. Long flat right over crest, 70.
Down in ninth place, Kankkunen was all for retirement, but the team management told him to press on to gain those vitally needed manufacturer's points.
Ja, ja. Juha Kankkunen doesn't like tarmac.
Was less lucky. The German was pushing hard, but he was set for retirement.
We had a problem on the road section after the first stage this morning. We lost something on the alternator and on the road section, and then we didn't get the power anymore. And we ran out of electricity and we stopped on the road section, couldn't repair it.
No.
So just two Toyotas left in the running.
That's too
with
bad.
Didier Auriol though in
Spijtig
third
wel,
place
hè?
and Kankkunen holding on in ninth. But this was the rally where Ford came back to the fore. Francois Delacour blasted through the stages, second at the end of the second leg. The change from a 7 to a 6-speed gearbox plus Catherine Francois on the pace notes seemed to work.
Oké, goede combination dan, hè. Goede combinatie dan, precies.
But for Delacour, the new gearbox with its unaccustomed gear change pattern posed a problem.
I have done a big mistake because I was thinking that I had a 7 speed and I was trying to find the first gear down and it was up, then I spin and then the engine stopped. I lost about 10 seconds.
But despite Delacour's problem, there was still a Ford out in front. His teammate Bruno Thierry was storming through the Corsican stages. Fastest on the first 5 special stages, just sharing one time with Delacour. Thierry was the man to beat and looked in superlative form.
Ja, ik zie het. Ik zie het, ja. Hij is in topvorm. Ja, goed.
Yes, I am very happy in the moment. You know, it is the first time on my life to be in the leading. Yes, it is a crazy moment in the moment. I think it's difficult now to keep the pressure, but I try to do my best.
So, was this a World Championship renaissance for Ford? Well, the third driver in the team too was up into the top 10. The local hero, Patrick Bernardini, Mr. Corsica, was up to 8th overall. The crowd appreciate his spectacular driving style. So, Ford back at the front at the end of the second leg. Bruno Thierry leads Francois Delacour on the Corsica Rally, which sees the debut of the new Mitsubishi. The Lancer Evo 3, with its distinctive deep chin spoiler and huge radiator air intake, is making its debut in the hands of Tommy Mäkinen, 10th overall, and Andrea Reghini.
Yeah, okay.
Mäkinen coming to terms with the new car on unaccustomed tarmac very quickly indeed. Sophisticated new transmission system makes the car even easier to drive on the limit, and Mäkinen is taking full advantage. But he's comprehensively outpaced by Andrea Reghini. The Italian tarmac specialist certainly knows the way to pedal the new Mitsubishi. Sixth overall at the end of day 2, it's obvious that the rugby-based Rally Art concern have got a potential winner on their hands for the future. It's all the better for the Mitsubishi team because Aghini rolled his car and nearly destroyed it on the eve of the rally in shakedown testing. But notwithstanding that, he's 6th and Mäkinen's 10th as the rally enters its final stages. Overall, though, it's a Ford 1-2 with Bruno Thierry and Francois Delacour heading the field. Oriol 3rd in his Toyota ahead of the Subarus of Sainz and Liati. Aghini's 6th, McRae 7th, Bernardini 8th, Kankkunen and Mäkinen round out the top 10
interesting
as the final day dawns.
Heel interessant alweer.
And it dawns with Bruno Thierry in emphatic command.
Ja, maar ja. Ik weet wel nu al spittig nu dat hij dat niet gaat
on
winnen.
the opening 2 special stages of the day, he extends his lead.
Maar dan no. Yeah, he's not gonna win it. That's I know that because is he? I'm not sure actually. No, I don't think so. I don't know what happened, but
Thierry looks like a man that can't be beaten. But around the corner, at the next service area, disaster looms.
Yep. I knew it.
Officially, it's only a refueling point. That means that Thierry has to carry out any maintenance himself.
It was not really a service, it was a refueling, and for the mechanics it was not possible to change the parts. And I tried to repair by myself, but it was not possible. For the mechanics it was not possible to change the parts. And I think it was, for them it was only, for sure, only 10 minutes, 10 minutes to change this part.
Ja, dat is beter, ja. Zoiets gebeurt.
It was not possible for us to keep the lead, and now we are out the race.
Stupid regulations.
Rui Madeira was notching up yet another group end victory, heading to a potential world title for the Mitsubishi team. Meanwhile, in the Toyota, Nicky Grist was working hard alongside Juha Kankkunen.
Ja, zal. Corsica, losing the bochten. Of course he is. So many corners here.
If you get car sick, I mean, there's no way you can be a co-driver, that's sure. The temperature in the car, the braking to and froing. But, I mean, your concentration has to be on the notes, because one missed call, or one misheard call, and it could be all over.
And long medium left.
Yeah, it's not easy at all.
Very long fast right to crest.
Geen gemakkelijke job
have a lot of
natuurlijk.
trust in each other. I mean, I trust him a lot, obviously, because he's driving, and also he's trusting me because what I'm telling him is what he's driving.
Well, despite that trust, Kankkunen again had an off, dropping to 10th place in the final reckoning. That allowed Filip Bogalski to move up into 9th. The little Renault Clio Maxi heading for yet another very spectacular Formula 2 championship victory. Heading Leading for 8th place, Tommy Mackinnon gave his Mitsubishi an excellent debut run. And the spectacular driving style of Patrick Bernardini, the Corsican local hero, took him to 7th place.
Right. Good. That's good.
Next came the fleet of Subaru Imprezas, Pierre Eliatti heading for 6th. .46 ahead of the Italian was the Scotsman, Colin McRae. His 5th place belies the jinx on cars carrying number 4. Attilio Bettiger crashed here fatally when carrying number 4 in 1985, and likewise Henry Toivonen when he died in 1986. McRae has laid the ghost to rest.
Okay,
Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz was heading for a strong 4th place with Louis Moyer. A mere 20 seconds ahead of McRae, Sainz was being pushed all the way. The Italian flags were flying for Andrea Aghini.
Whoa,
absolutely delighted with his new Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 3 and with his 3rd place.
That was close, hè, man. Dat was snipped. Oh.
Francois Delacour in 2nd place still. Despite the man ahead of him, Bruno Thierry, dropping out, he was overtaken at the same time by the flying Didier Auriol.
75 mètres, 115 long, 95 long, 115 long.
Despite the fancy footwork and Catherine Francois on the pace notes, the escort driver could do nothing about his French compatriot Auriol in the Toyota Celica GT4. At the head of the field for only the final 2 stages of the event, Auriol, though, was heading for the victory, the 2 final stages that matter.
Oh, yeah. Unexpected, but okay.
Spare a thought for Bruno Thierry. The service regulations put him out of the event, but the car out in front was the Toyota heading for victory on the Tour of Corsica. First victory of the year for Auriol, first victory for Toyota Team Europe, and first victory for the new Celica.
Yeah, and the new co-driver.
I think the strong man is Bruno Thierry, but okay, that's life. It's a rally. It's difficult for him, but sometimes, some year before, I lost some rally and I am leader, so it's life.
Sure.
So, Auriol takes that victory, 15 seconds ahead of Francois Delacour's Ford, with Andrea Aghini making it a fine 3rd place on the new Mitsubishi's debut. The Subarus, the supporting act, 4th, 5th and 6th. And Carlos Sainz remains at the head of the Drivers' Championship, but Juha Kankkunen, Auriol, Delacour and Mackinnon behind, and not a sign of Colin McRae. And Mitsubishi continue to lead the Manufacturers' Championship after 4 rounds ahead of Toyota, Subaru and Ford.
Oh, mooi. Niet normaal, ja. Onderkieper al een comeback gemaakt, hè, manneke, in het seizoen. Colin McRae made one hell of a comeback in the season, huh? Jesus. Okay, next one, volgende. Next one is New Zealand. Okay dan. Oh, good. No ads.
Round 5
Good.
of the World Rally Championship, and the teams move down under. New Zealand, the Rally New Zealand. One of the most spectacular events and some of the most spectacular scenery in the world. Twice winner Colin McRae picks up the challenge from the Maori warrior. The traditional Maori greetings for the contenders of the World Championship. Not around, though, to rub noses is Carlos.
You must be a happy man tonight.
Yeah, quite happy, and where we took most of the time was on the twisty stage today, so it looks good for the Moto tomorrow.
Richard Burns, too, was flying in his Subaru. Despite an electronic problem giving his car constantly variable handling, he was storming through the stages to 7th place at the end of the 2nd leg.
Oh, goed. Dat is goed nieuws, ja. Je gaat er ook voor, zie je, hè?
He was even embarrassing his New Zealand teammate, Possum Bourne, who described his day as a shitty day at the office in his Subaru Impreza 555, disappointed with only being able to claim 8th place.
Sure, yeah, that's...
So, first,
too
7th
bad,
and 8th
okay.
for the Subarus after the second leg, but 2 more legs to go. And the opposition was coming from Toyota. Didier Auriol flying in 2nd place, with Denis Girodet on the pace notes.
Sur droite à fond, sur droite à fond, sur gauche à fond, sur droite à fond, sur gauche 5 plus 3 à voir tard et 3. 3 à voir et 3. Sur droite, sur gauche à fond, sur droite à fond, sur gauche à fond.
And if you think that is frenetic Gallicism in the Toyota, just wait until you hear Juha Kankkunen's co-driver Nicky Grist providing the English version.
Yep.
Kankkunen and Grist were pushing hard too, heading for 4th place at the end of the opening 2 days.
Fast left, 40, long K left, mud. 30, very, very long medium right, tightens. Keep left over 50 to long K right. And a very, very long K left.
Kankkunen and Grist were working hard, but the Toyota's handling didn't quite have the edge of the Subarus, or for that matter the Mitsubishis, which were proving their principal rivals.
No.
Armin Schwartz was obviously happier with his car, heading for 3rd at the end of leg 2.
Yes.
It was a good result so far for the German, who's been disappointed so often this year. And as ever, he was driving right on the very limit.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Oh, that wasn't killing me, though.
Schwartz's spectacular style allowed him to sandwich Auriol and Kankkunen, 2nd, 3rd and 4th for Toyota, but McRae was out in front. But this was the man that could potentially beat McRae. Tommi Mäkinen was flying through the opening stages, outpacing even the Subaru.
Right. Good.
However, the Finns' early rally lead was set to disappear in spectacular style.
Oh shit, here we go. Uh-oh. Nu gaat er iets gebeuren, mensen. Pas op, hè.
The long Motu Road special stage, nearly 15 miles of twists and turns and on-the-limit motoring. The cars touch nearly 120 miles an hour on the straights, and it's very slippery indeed as you dive into the valleys.
Yeah, but it's a nice rally. I like this rally too. These rallies are well.
Another incredible performance over the Motu. How do you do it?
I don't know. If I told you, then everyone would know the secret.
There's a strong rumour going around. It's going to be renamed McRae Road for next year. What do you feel about that?
Well, I don't really enjoy the stage at all, so I'm not really bothered what you name it.
That's probably why you come through it quicker than anybody else and to get off it quicker.
I don't know why. It's just it feels very slow when you're in it. It's so slippy and tight and twisty, and I wouldn't have been surprised if we weren't that quick. So you just have to keep going all the time and keep the car moving as much as you can. It's very easy to half spin in a lot of corners and stall and have to use first gear. So you just keep it going as smooth as you can.
Colin McRae's time for the 44-kilometre special stage was no less than 35 seconds faster than the next quickest driver, and that was Didier Auriol. He hurled his Toyota through the scrub brush and between the rocks, but to no avail.
Nee, probeer maar. Het is moeilijk natuurlijk, hè. He's trying hard, hè. Also to the limit.
So how could Colin McRae take so much time off one of the best in the world?
I think we can do nothing. For me, just try to keep Juha Kankkunen behind me, but it's impossible to catch Colin McRae. No.
But for once, Rui Madeira wasn't the winner of Group N. His Mitsubishi was 10th overall, but was second in the category. There's another Mitsubishi out in front, Giorgio Ricaldi, but another 10 points in the bank for Madeira. Meanwhile, Neil Allport was heading for 8th position in his Escort, this time shedding its front bumper. But he was still going.
Yeah, still going, but yeah, losing parts.
But a surprise in 7th place. Possum-born, the local New Zealander, was ahead of Richard Burns. The question was, where was the Berkshire driver?
Uh-oh.
Burns had started the stage ahead of Bourne, so we've got to revert to Bourne's in-car camera to find the Englishman's fate.
Long 4 left right to 3 left. I don't like that.
There he is.
Yeah, okay.
There's a water splash about 17 kilometres into the stage, and when we hit it, the radiator burst, and we also lost the power steering and the alternator. And about 10 kilometres further on, the car just came to a stop. The engine must have overheated.
Yeah, too bad.
That allowed
doing
Francois
good.
Delacour to secure his 6th position, but he was another driver who almost didn't make it.
Oui, oui.
100 mètres, 120 long, corde. 30 mètres gauche, 100 dans droite. 90.
Oh.
Allez.
Delacour limps into service on 3 wheels.
Yeah,
a worried John Taylor, the Ford team manager, looks on.
Damn. Aye, aye, aye.
About 10 kilometers from the start, and after the section road also was very long, and it was nearly impossible to change the wheel. Then I've done 35 k's on the road with puncture like that, but very slow.
If that wasn't enough, Delacour too is fighting against the flu.
Yeah, I can hear it. He was...
But he still holds on to 6th place, behind Kenneth Eriksson, who's pushing harder than ever to catch the Toyotas ahead. Eriksson too, right on the limit.
Oh, ai ai ai. Foutje gemaakt.
That mistake meant that Eriksson couldn't catch Armin Schwartz. 5th for the Swede, 4th for the German.
Okay.
Schwartz, of course, had been on track for 3rd place. He could do nothing about his teammate Juha Kankkunen, who closed inexorably on the German Toyota. He moved up to 3rd. Kankkunen's drive in the closing stages was certainly one of the most spectacular. Braving the frost-covered stages of the New Zealand spring,
looks nice,
Kankkunen was at his absolute best.
50, very long medium left. And long medium
mooi
right.
landschap daar in New Zealand weer, ja. Het is wel, wel leuk daar.
Nicky Grist reading the pace notes 1 corner ahead. Kankkunen planning all the way. Didier Auriol, though, was the fastest of the Cologne-built Japanese cars, despite suffering from understeer in his Celica. But there was nothing Team Toyota Europe could do about the pace of Colin McRae ahead. Kankkunen and Auriol even joked about the possibility of kidnapping the young Scot. It's the only way they could have kept McRae from dominating on his way to a 3rd successive New Zealand victory.
Ja, dat was nice sense of humor, hè, die drivers. Had een goed gevoel voor humor, die rallyrijders toen, hè.
A result which could move McRae into the championship reckoning.
There's a different sort of pressure if you're fighting for seconds. You're concentrating on the fight and concentrating on the pressures to get some quick times in. When you've got a bit of a gap, then the pressure's not to make any mistakes. So you know, it wasn't easy.
Yeah, but you made it,
may
so
not
that's
have been
good.
easy, but it was a huge, by rallying standards, 44-second margin of victory ahead of the massed ranks of the Toyotas, Auriol, Kankkunen and Schwartz. Kenneth Eriksson upheld the Mitsubishi honours with a fine 5th place in the new car, with Francois Delacour holding on to a gritty, flu-ridden 6th. Didier Auriol now leads the championship by just 1 point from Sainz and Kankkunen, but McRae is there, just 11 points behind. And Toyota's result moves them to the head of the Manufacturers' Championship, ahead of Mitsubishi, Subaru and Ford.
Ja, exciting, ja. Oh, dat is interessant, ja. Ongelooflijk eigenlijk, ja. Dus zo snel kan veranderen. So, it can change so fast for McRae, yeah? You see? It's always... Okay, Australia is the next one. Oh, alrighty then.
We stay down under for rounds, highlighted by the spectacular opening Langley Park special stage. Floodlit rally action.
Yeah, the atmosphere is great, The 90s always do that. Dat is echt de jaren 90 vibes, ja. Dat is geweldig, ja. Dat komt nooit meer terug voor mij. Oh, that was a good jump. What a great jump. Oh, good lights again. Goede lichten. Okay.
A spectacular start to the event, but Colin McRae was playing himself in more steadily. Third on the opening stages of the event, but McRae, head clear, head down, was charging. Fastest on special...
Yeah, we just near the beginning of one of the stages, I can't remember, the intercom battery went down, so I couldn't hear the notes at all, and I came up in a corner a bit too quick, and we were quite lucky. We just touched the bank on the way out the corner.
Narrow escape from McRae, perhaps emphasising that he's got a championship as well as individual rally results at stake, but he's still flying high.
Yeah, I see it. He's flying high, I see that. Look at that. Well, on the limit, like always. Altijd volle tag, hè?
McRae's teammate, Carlos Sainz, still has championship honours at stake too, and he's back in Australia, recovering from that shoulder injury.
I think for driving it's not going to be any problem at all. It's just maybe if I want to play a tennis match now, it's going to be tough, but that I will do in 1 month, 1.5 months. I think it will be 100% even to do exactly the same that I was doing before.
No. Okay.
Sainz may have been fit, was pushing hard to maintain his second place in the World Championship for drivers, but unfortunately his Subaru was heading for the casualty list. The engine note tells part of the story. What we can't see is that the temperature gauge is off the stop.
Oh, shit. Ai. Oh, so unlucky. Dat is echt, ja, dat is jammer. Dat is echt, ja, dat is echt pech hebben hem.
Sainz coast to a standstill, and under the bonnet it resembles an Aussie barbecue.
Ja, dat ziet er niet goed uit. Dat is not good, of course, hè.
Yeah, a small branch came into the radiator and break it straight away, so can't do anything. It was branch in the middle of the road.
And that was only the start of the Subaru team's woes. The jovial New Zealander Possum Bourne was also a casualty, out after an accident on the third special stage. That left only one Subaru left in the rally, but of course that one was Colin McRae.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The start of the third leg, and Kenneth Eriksson in the Mitsubishi is simply getting better and better. enjoying the highly distinctive Australian tree-lined stages.
Öppna 4 plus. Till vänster 2 plus. 30. Höger 5 kort. 40.
Meanwhile, Tommy Mäkinen, the flying Finn in the second Mitsubishi, was pushing just as hard, moving up to a fine third place.
Yeah, he's doing a good job too, huh? He's ook bezig natuurlijk, yeah.
The new Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 3 is getting the reputation as the most powerful car in the current World Rally Championship. It's certainly something Tommy Mäkinen was making full use of.
Yeah, of course he does. Tuurlijk doet hij dat, ja.
2 cars in the top 3, it's a dream result for the Mitsubishi team. But Toyota are right behind and Juha Kankkinen's favourite event.
I don't know, this rally has been really good for me always. I mean, it has been actually best rally in my career if I compare all the other rallies. And I don't know, somehow this road suit very well to my driving style and I like it and the country is very good as well.
Yeah, he likes it.
Kankinen turned his enthusiasm into an early rally lead. Fastest on special stage 3, Kankinen looked set to head the field. He hadn't counted on Ericsson and the Mitsubishi, nor had he counted on a problem with the Toyota's suspension, which started to seize up as the day went on.
20. Long easy right, 100, long K left. 70. Easy left, tightens to long medium left, tightens hard, stone inside. And long.
As the car's suspension got stiffer, it gave Kankinen and Grist a very rough ride indeed. But he still pressed on right on the limit.
Yeah, he's going for it now. What's the
The rally was turning into a 3-way fight between Ericsson, Kankinen and McRae.
Okay. Nice, that exciting.
The Oriole had set the fastest time on the opening 2 special stages of the event, but his rally wasn't going much further.
Oh, damn.
Heavy front-end damage, aligned with an alternator failure, meant that the Frenchman was out of the event.
Yeah, too bad.
Meanwhile, Armin Schwartz was suffering the same go-kart ride as Kankinen as his suspension began to seize. That didn't stop him fighting his way to 5th place.
Yeah, it's a Toyota problem with suspension.
Fourth, 5th and 7th for the Toyotas, with Yoshio Fujimoto the 3rd remaining car after leg 2. Longface is still, though, in the Ford camp. Francois Delacour was struggling with his Ford Escort's handling.
No, yeah, I can see it. Oof, he's having a difficult time, yeah. Even moeilijk, ja. Dan merken we eens, dat zien we wel.
He survived this overshoot and this one.
Nog een. Oh. Shit. Ja, dat is jammer, maar ja. Het is nogmaals snel
Sadly for
gebeurd,
the
hè.
Frenchman, it was set to be 3rd time unlucky.
Oh, ai. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's...
Francois, bad news. I understand you were out of the rally.
Yeah, on the last stage I just hit a tree and I was sideways during a long time and at the last moment I preferred to hit the front of the car with the tree because it was my side and but it's okay, no problem for us and it's a stupid mistake.
Sure, it happens,
Damage at the front of
Too
the
bad,
car
but-
put the radiator onto the engine and Delacour out of the event. That left Bruno Thierry upholding the Ford honours. And as ever, the Belgian delivered. On his first experience of Australian rallying, he was heading for 6th. But ahead of them on the leaderboard, it was a dead heat. Colin McRae and Kenneth Ericsson neck and neck.
You first, then Colin first, and now equal again. What's the plan for tomorrow?
Try to win, but we will see. That's my plan anyhow.
No.
I take a bit, then he takes a bit. I mean, I can't do anything. I'm driving as fast as I can. He looks as if he's just got the edge, though.
Tremendous tension after the second leg of the event.
Oh,
no
yeah, look
time
at that.
at all
It's-
between the Mitsubishi and the Subaru, with Tommy Mäkinen 3rd,
Dat is spannend, hè,
Kankinen and
mensen?
Schwartz in the supporting act 4th
Dat is
and
wel
5th.
heel
It
interessant
was turning
natuurlijk,
into
hè.
a
That's
classic
very interesting,
down
hè.
under.
Poh.
pace notes are prepared. Kenneth Eriksson is ready for the off. Stefan Parmander alongside him. The final day, 9 special stages. Eriksson and McRae can't afford to lose a split second.
Yeah.
The tension is immense. Eriksson responds. Now it's McRae's chance to counter-attack. The times are seesawing backwards and forwards between the two drivers. First, Eriksson takes the advantage on the opening stage of the day. Then McRae and Eriksson dead heat on the second.
That's a good jump.
McRae takes the third, Eriksson the fourth. The tension is so great the two drivers can't even face one another.
Ja, dat is intens, hè. Ja, het is zeer zo spannend voor mij.
Special stages 27 and 28 on the Moresque plantation, and Eriksson takes 2 victories. McRae gets none. It's going the Swedes' way.
Alright, he's got it.
Really fantastic. And,
oh yeah,
it
is fantastic.
Very
good.
3.5 days, and I'm very pleased with my performance, the car, and also our Michelin tires has been working fantastic. Not a puncture during the whole rally, and it was tough this morning, but I just went for it, and I felt that I had a good chance.
Another victory on the final stage of the day is a bonus for Colin McRae. So is second place after a superb battle. That strengthens his driver's title hopes.
4 right plus, 70. 4 right minus, narrows don't cut into 3 left plus, tight maybe, and open the
70. Colin, that was some fight.
Yeah, very good. A bit close, but yeah, Kenneth went really well. Deserves to win.
Boy, nice.
Somewhat overshadowed by the Subaru and Mitsubishi battle ahead of him, the Toyotas continue with Juha Kankkunen in 3rd place. It should have been 4th, but Tommi Mäkinen, who had been running in 3rd place, hit problems on the closing stages. Fastest on 2 of the final 6, Mäkinen looks set for a podium position, till this happened.
Oh boy. Oh! Okay.
A narrow escape, and watch the front wheel as he starts the next stage.
Yeah.
The front suspension damaged, the Mitsubishi lucky to limp to the finish.
Yeah, very lucky, yeah. Lucky.
Meanwhile, Armin Schwartz rattled his way on a rigid riding Toyota to 5th place. And Bruno Thierry held on for Ford in 6th. Safari winner Yoshi Fujimoto again proved his World Championship pedigree with a fine 7th place in the 4th Toyota. While Ed Ordinsky took Group N victory after a rare retirement for Rui Madeira. In 9th place, the Toyota of Neil Bates did sufficient to clinch the Australian National Rally Championship title. While in 10th place, it was the 2nd in Group N for Mitsubishi with the popular Argentinian Giorgio Ricaldi. But a superb result for Kenneth Eriksson for Sweden and for Mitsubishi, 19 seconds ahead of Colin McRae, whose maturity in the closing stages marked him as the man to watch for the championship. Juha Kankkunen keeps his championship hopes alive with a fine 3rd place ahead of Tommi Mäkinen, Armin Schwartz, Bruno Thierry, Yoshio Fujimoto, Ordinsky, Bates and Ricaldi. Kankkunen still leads the championship by 7 points now from Colin McRae, with Didier Auriol 4 behind, Carlos Sainz 1 behind him. And Toyota lead the Manufacturers' Championship after 6 rounds by 5 points from Mitsubishi.
Yes, nice victory for Kenneth Eriksson. Goeie overwinning voor hem. Dat was een goeie knoge aan. Nu, de laatste voor de moment. The last one. at the moment.
The World Championship moves
Voila.
back to Europe for round 7, the penultimate round, the Catalunya Costa Brava Rally, based in Lloret del Mar.
Ja.
As can be expected on his home ground, it's an area full of Sainz fever.
Carlos, good morning. Your home event. Are you feeling confident?
At the moment I'm feeling happy and confidence, normal confidence. I prefer wait and see how the stages are going and how the rest of the people is going.
For Sainz and the Subaru, the stages in the morning were going very well, thank you very much.
Ja.
Second overall on the opening leg, Sainz was on a roll.
Ja,
He needed
good
to
job
be, though.
again, huh?
This rally was critical to his World Championship chances, and this spin on the last stage of the day wasn't going to help.
Oh shit, no, not really. Ja, dat is too bad, hè? Dat is wel jammer natuurlijk, hè? Heeft tijd verlies.
He needed a good result, preferably a victory on his first visit to Spain.
I don't have the experience of the rest of the drivers here as to go as quick as possible, but obviously not to take any chances. Ideally, I would like to try and finish in the top 3 and in front of Juha for the points in the championship, but we'll have to wait to see what happens.
Colin McRae, always known for his spectacular driving style and bravery, was showing his... Meanwhile, Pierre Eliatti was again on the pace in the third of the Subarus. 7th overall at the end of the opening leg. But it was Carlos Sainz second with McRae 4th in the Subaru team, and the Scot was taking the battle to the Spaniard. But no one could do anything about the Toyota of the flying Finn, Juha Kankkunen.
Okay, Juha, come on.
30 long K right tightens hard. 70, open hairpin left.
The Finn is in inspired form to lead his first ever all-tarmac event.
Mooi, good.
Overnight leader, did you expect this?
Not really. I think I'm more as much surprised as you are as well, I think. But let's say it went very well today. I'm very happy about that.
In contrast, Didier Auriol was suffering handling problems in his Celica, but he's still quick enough to be 5th.
No. Yeah, it's too bad for
That's
Auriol,
not
of course.
quick
Huh?
enough for the driver who thinks he should be the tarmac expert in the Toyota team.
No.
The pressure was showing.
Yeah, doesn't want to talk, Cha. Understandable, huh?
Meanwhile, Armin Schwartz was fastest on the first special stage, but then he hit problems. A near-side front puncture robbed him of time.
Yeah, I see it. Oi, oi, oi.
Time to get down and get under.
No.
Despite the pressure though, Schwartz was still smiling, still in 3rd place. Kankkunen first though, with Auriol down in 5th. Meanwhile in the Ford camp, Francois Delacour's miserable season continued, still struggling with the handling of the Escort, as again he tried to get used to the new centre differential. Another driver showing the signs of the pressure. Meanwhile, his teammate Bruno Thierry, well, he was still smiling.
Yeah. Oh, oh. Why did he stop smiling?
But not for long, though. Despite the support from his Belgian fans who'd headed south for the occasion, Thierry's rally lasted only 4 miles.
Oh, that's...
Ironically, a wheel bearing similar to that which put him out of the rally lead in Corsica.
Oh, what a luck. What an unlucky.
We got a front hub problem. It would appear it's a batch material problem. We've changed the pair of front uprights on Francois' car for a different batch, and we hope now everything will be all right.
So, only one remaining Ford after the opening leg. Francois Delacour still in 6th.
No.
Fortune's not much better for the Mitsubishi team either. After their promising result in Australia, Tommy Mäkinen was struggling, down in 9th place. brand new Lancer, obviously a handful, certainly hot on its brakes.
Yeah, I can see that. They're glowing nicely. Mooi. Ja, de remmen goed werken zo te zien, hè.
Andrea Reghini, the tarmac specialist, been doing a lot of the development work on the new Mitsubishi. It's paying off for him. He's heading for 8th, despite the spin.
Attenzione, oh, attenzione. Ai, ai, ai. Is geen ramp, maar dit is wel jammer
Early in
natuurlijk,
the car's development program on tarmac, so 8th and 9th isn't too disappointing after the first leg.
Too bad about
But the man
the
at the
spin,
head
but
of the
okay.
field after the first leg was none other than the flying Finn, Juha Kankkunen, surprising even himself by pulling 22 seconds ahead of the local hero, Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
Armin Schwartz, too, up in the front-running positions with his Toyota, ahead of Colin McRae's Subaru and Didier Auriol. On to day 2, and Kankkunen remains the man to beat, storming through the stages.
Ai, ai. Ja, that's fun to watch, ja. Ja, spijtig, ja. Spijtige zaak, echt wel.
You know, I was not going any faster than before, just normally, you know, and the boys just said they were kilometer before there, and they said just we were about the same time as the others, little slower than the past 2 other cars, but I mean, because I was no reason to attack or anything like that, but just I heard the note wrong, you know, and then just slipped off. Very simple thing.
Armin Schwartz was another driver not to
too
make
bad.
the overnight halt.
Sure.
First a broken drive shaft failure, then an accident wrecking the car's rear suspension put him out. But Didier Auriol continued, upholding the Toyota honours in 3rd.
No.
Behind the Toyotas, Mitsubishi were continuing with their development programme. And it was paying off. Tommi Mäkinen up to 5th.
Alright, good.
And Andrea Anghini, another driver overcoming a spin to take 7th. Meanwhile, in the Ford camp, Francois Delacour was still pushing as hard as he knew how. It was a gritty, determined drive by the Frenchman, but the machinery was starting to wilt. Delacour's now driving without a clutch. That means smashing the gear lever through from gear to gear and winding the car off the start line on the starter motor.
Yeah, that's not ideal, of course. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's finished for me. I cannot catch Gigi anymore because I have done 2 stages with no clutch. The clutch was broken since the beginning of the first stage, and I lost many seconds.
So Delacour lucky to continue in 6th position. But at the head of the field, it's a Subaru war. Carlos Sainz takes over the lead following Kankkunen's demise, but he's been caught hand over fist by Colin McRae. Is driving an absolute stormer. Meanwhile, Piero Liatti is doing a fine job. He is up to 4th.
Yeah, good. Good job, Liatti.
I think tomorrow we're obviously back in the same stages as we did in the first day, so I'm at less of a disadvantage. Whether I can be quicker than Carlos, I don't know. We'll wait and see.
And the last thing you need is a fight within your own team if you're going to keep Auriol behind. So our priority is to keep Auriol back and sort of not work together as a team, and that's going to be the instruction.
With only a 5-second deficit, difficult to do that, I would have thought.
They're professional drivers. They would end up going to the RAC Rally on equal points, and that must be the sporting decision.
It's a good position from Subaru from the manufacturer's championship point of view, but with Sainz and McRae just 8 seconds apart entering the 3rd and final leg of the rally, anything could happen. Going into the closing stages, first of all, Auriol has a problem with a difference.
Oi. That's... Oh.
No way to continue with the restricted visibility, but help is quickly at hand.
Ja.
But it still loses Auriol desperate seconds.
Ja, dat is niet goed, hè. Not good. Hey.
Now the Toyota hits transmission problems too. It's a battle right to the finish for the Frenchman.
Ja.
Francois Delacour also is hanging on to survive. Still struggling with the handling on his Escort. He's not particularly happy, but relieved with 5th, ahead of Tommy Mäkinen. He would have been 6th, but he too had a problem.
Oh shit. Oh.
Mäkinen's car goes out of control at 80 miles an hour, hits 2 rescue vehicles, out of the event.
Yeah.
But Andrea Reghini survives in his Mitsubishi to claim that 6th place.
Okay, yeah, that was
Then another
epic
Mitsubishi, 11th overall, and victory in Group N is sufficient to clinch the World Champions title for the Portuguese Rui Madeira.
Good, thanks. Yes. It was very good. Very good. Very good. Yes, thank you. And you're happy now, huh? Yes, now.
Yeah, pressure is off now.
But meanwhile, technical scrutiny is revealing serious irregularities with the Toyota team. Oriol's car is set for exclusion, and the team won't be contesting either the Network QRAC Rally or the 1996 World Championship as a result. So it's victory for Sainz, ahead of McRae in the Team Order Stakes, with Pierre Eliatti making it a 1-2-3 for Subaru in Spain. Delacour moves up to 4th, with Reghini 5th, Trellis in his Toyota in 6th, ahead of Gomez, Navarra, Passas and Pustel in the top 10 classification. And Colin McRae and Carlos Sainz enter the Network QRAC Rally, the final round of the championship, dead heat on 70 points each. But in the manufacturer's stakes, it's still Mitsubishi ahead of Subaru by a slender 2 points, going into the final round.
Okay. Okay, so, with the last round, the Rally of Great Britain, I'm going to do a second stream later on today, in the evening. I cannot do it right now because I have things to do and I want to do them now, then that's, you know, then I don't have to do it anymore later on. But I will do that as a short part 2 then. Voila, I think that's the best thing that I can do. So yeah, I see you next time and thanks en I see you. Bye bye. Goed, ja, het is een beetje een vreemde einde, want we hebben nog een ronde te gaan. De rally van Groot-Brittannië. Ik ga dat nu nog niet doen, want ik heb nog niet echt veel tijd. Ik heb nog wat dingen te doen, maar ik ga proberen dat vandaag nog te doen. En dan maak ik gewoon, laten we zeggen, deel 2. Gewoon met de rally van Groot-Brittannië dan straks. Maar dat is dan voor straks, hopelijk. Want ik heb wat dingen te doen en ik wil ze liever nu doen. Dus daarmee misschien een beetje een raar einde, ik weet het, maar dan doen we het gewoon zo en dat is geen enkel probleem. Dus goed, alvast bedankt nu voor het kijken en tot de volgende keer.